Hello friends, in this video we will be discussing practice bites of episode 5, that is how to test a path of series efficient and automated file management with PowerShell, right? In this video we will be discussing two labs. First lab would be see all common parameters of test-path command in action, and the parameters would be like very common one. These are path, literal path, is valid, exclude, include, path type, newer than, and older than. We will be discussing all these parameters in action and with demo. Our next lab would be an example case from production environment, and that case is like company ABC host events. Whenever there is a new event, concerned department uploads a file in a shared folder that contains the list of attendees who will be attending the event, right? Then IT department fetch this file and take further action like providing access on different applications and resources. Now we need to create a script that can check if file exists or not on a specified path on daily basis, and if it exists, it should not be an older file. It should have been uploaded today only. I have copied both these demo cases here so that we can save time and we can be point to point and we can get a reference point like what exactly we need to do, right? So this video will contain more of practical part rather than theoretical part. In case you want to check for theoretical parts, you can check theoretical video of this episode, right? So first of all, we will be doing demo 1 and we will be preparing a demo environment. For preparing demo environment, first of all, we need to set the location, like where exactly we want to create our test files and which will be our testing ground, right? So we will be setting a location that would be right. So we will be setting this location, and so as you can see our location has been changed. Now we need to create 5 text files so that we can make some testings over those files and we can practice with them. And to make 5 files we are using range operators, and in case if you are not aware about these operators, please refer old videos on this channel. So, and one more thing, I would be using only those features which I have discussed in my previous videos. I will not be covering any feature, or at least I would try not to use any feature that I have not discussed in my previous video. So in case if you feel doubt about anything that I am using in these demos, please refer my old videos so you will get to clear all your doubts. So suppose like operators, variables, or pipelines. In case you are not aware about all these things, you can please refer my old video, right? So here I'm creating 5 text files and I'm using like for each loop you can say new hyphen item, right? And my path would be current directory. In case you are not aware about current directories like absolute path and relative path, you can please consult my old video. And my name would be, I'm using a sub expression operator here, so item type would be file, right? And I'm closing this bracket, and if I run this command, you can see 5 files have been created. Let me make this screen bigger. Now I will be moving to my next example. Fine. So here I need to test a path. Let me try to test path for file 1, right? And suppose I want to test if there is any file that contains file 1 in their name. So I can use wildcard here, and let me see what it says. It should say true because file 1 file is there, right? Yes, I'm getting true. It means my this path is valid. So in this way I can use path parameter. Next we will be testing literal path command, and literal path command is used basically to mention the exact path. It doesn't accept wildcards. So let me try to run this command, and true, because we are providing exact path over there. The difference between path parameter and literal path parameter is that path parameter accepts wildcard, but literal path parameter doesn't accept wildcard. Next example is test if syntax is valid or not, right? So we can test, let me copy just this code from here and we will modify it just to save our time, right? So if I try to test if my file 6 exist or not, obviously I should get a false because we didn't created this file, right? So if I run this, we are getting false as expected. But if we copy this and put a parameter is valid, then we will get a value of true, because using this parameter we are not testing whether this file exists or not, but we are testing whether the format of this command is right or wrong. Fine. So because this format is right, so we are getting true. Next is check whether there exists any specified type of file or not. So basically we can check it using include and exclude parameter. Like suppose if I copy this code from here, right, and I try to check if in this path there exist .txt files, I can check it like this, and I'm getting true because I have .txt files in current folder, right? So in the same way, any pattern of files excluding txt files, right? So I can use like any and exclude star.txt, right? So in this I am saying check whether there is any type of files in this location, exclude txt files from evaluation, right? So let me run this. I'm getting false because if I exclude txt files, then I don't have any other type of files in this location, right? So in the same way, if I want to include a particular pattern of files only, then I can use include, right? So suppose this location has so many type of files and I want to include only txt files in my evaluation, so I can use include, like check whether this location has .txt files. So I can run this command and I'm getting true as expected because this location contains .txt files only, right? Next is we can check what exactly the end component of a path. We can test it using test command. Like I can copy this code from here just to save my time, and I can use path type, right? Path type is leaf. Leaf means files, or whether end component of this path is a file. So we are asking in that way, right? So if I run this command, it is saying true. Yes, of course, because in my current folder, I have files as the end component. In the same way, we can check whether end components of a path are folders or not, like by defining container here, container. So if I will run this, I will be getting false because my current folder doesn't contain any folder. It contains only files, right? Next example is whether I want to ensure that is there any file or folder is the end component of my current path. So I can use any. My current folder has any file or folder, I will be getting true, right? So any means file or folder, both are considered. In this way I can check, yes, my current folder has either file or folder as the end component. My next example is in case I want to check if a file is older than or newer than a particular date, I can check it using test-path command. For example, I need to check in my current folder that whether file 1 is newer than July 16, 2000. So if I try to run this, let me try to guess what would be the output of this command. Like my this file I created today only, and I'm trying to compare if it is newer than this date. Yes, of course, because I have created this file today only, and this date is from year 2000, so I should be getting true for this. Yes, and if I try to make it like if my this file is newer than 2022, right? So what should be I getting is false because my this file is not newer than this future date, right? So I'm getting false is correct. In the same way I can check it like if my this file is older than is it older than? So if I try to check it and if I make it as older, is my this file is older than this date? No, but it is newer than that, so I should be getting a false. In this way I can check whether my file is newer than or older than a particular date or not. And we can use next demo 2, that is a production kind of environment. We need to check if a file has been uploaded today only, and before that we need to check whether a file exists or not in a particular location, so that we can take further actions if in case file exists and it has been uploaded today only. So first of all, let me define the file that my department uploads into shared folder, right? So let me define the file. Maybe file is like in current folder, the list, right? So let me clear the console first so that we can get more space to see the things exactly. And if I try to run this command and if I try to check the value of this variable, it is showing user list. And let me make it like txt file, right? If I run this, I'm getting a txt file under this variable, right? So next is I need to define like yesterday's date so that I can compare with that whether my file is newer than that or not. So we need to create a variable with a meaningful name that I'm creating with is yesterday. And let me try to define yesterday like this. If we add plus days, then it will make the future date, and if we add minus days, it will make it a past date, right? So if I try to run this and if I see what exactly it contains, it is showing me March 1, that is yesterday's date. As you can see, I'm using more and more variables, so this is the best practice. So we should try to use maximum number of variables in our script to make it more and more dynamic. More the variables we use, more the dynamic our script becomes, and that is a good thing. So we should try to avoid static contents. Now I'm trying to check existence of file, whether my file exists or not, right? So I'm just trying to put some output in my variable. So I'm checking existence because this variable contains my file name and its complete path. So if I run this, next is I need to create a variable that will store the value of validity, whether my file is newer than yesterday or not, right? I am creating this variable time validity, and here I will test path, and again I am testing for this file, and I am checking whether this file is newer than yesterday variable, and yesterday variable contains yesterday's date. So I have stored the value in this variable if statement, whether these conditions are true or not, and on the basis of results I can take the decision what to do next, right? I can use existence, right? And this is my logical operator that is used to join multiple conditions to make a bigger or a complex condition, right? So in case you are not aware, please refer my old videos, time validity, and here I close this bracket. And so my condition statement has been made if both these statements are true, right? This one, whether my file exists or not, and second is whether it is newer than yesterday's date or not. If both my conditions are true, then execute this statement, right? Like I can write on host, right? Well, we are this file, right? And make it some fancy, we just give a color, right? And if both these conditions or any of these condition is false, I should take a different action, and in that case this code should be executed. Like write host, I should get a message on console, and I make it in red color and I close the bracket. So now my script is ready, and let me try to check it whether it gives me expected output or not. So if I try to run this, we are getting an output like we are not good to go, because at least one of my condition is false, like whether this one or this one. As a whole, my this condition is false, right? As you are already aware, if I use AND logical operators, in that case both the conditions that are sitting on its left and right should be true to make a complete statement as right, because my file doesn't exist as of now. So that's why I'm getting this statement as false, and that's why I'm getting the code executed that need to be executed if my condition is false. Fine, let me try this in some other way. Like first of all, let me create a file, right? So new item in my current location. Let me write it like, what is my file name? User.txt. Let me copy it from here only, right? And if I run this, as you can see, my file has been created. Fine. And if I try to run this script, what should we get? Let me see. Now we are getting all well, we are good to go with this file, right? We are getting this error because we have run this command again, that is trying to create this file, and we are getting the error like this file already exists. So we can ignore this, or we can try it again by excluding this command, right? So if we try to run this, and before that let me clear the console, and now let me run this, and as you can see, we are seeing all well, we are good to go with this file. Means our file exists in our desired location, and this file is newer than yesterday. It means this file has been created today only. So now we can take further actions, like maybe we can add these members to some group, or maybe we can give them some permission on some application, or we can do so many stuff with them, like we can send some mails or whatever. So we will be doing more and more things in our coming videos as a lab. So we will be covering even complex scenarios and scripts. So let me go step by step. First let me cover basic things, very simple things, and then we will be diving in deep.